Alrighty, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for our continuation of Foundation series. Today with number 6. We do have an amazing standing practice for us today, some standing flows today, otherwise incorporating some wonderful twists and hip openers, really getting into the body, working in for our down dog and happy baby pose, putting in a little bit of work, but this will be more restorative for us as well. Just remembering to flow with the breath, with the movement, syncing it up, making it your practice at your pace, and ensuring that you tailor this for you. Listen to your body. I may cue something, you will be slower or faster, just a general guideline. But standing at the top of our mat, getting ready for our sun salutation for a quick warm-up. And starting our sun salutation, as you inhale, lift your arms up, look up, exhale, folding forward and down. Our first one will be slightly modified as you inhale, coming halfway up, flat back, exhaling, stepping back to plank, moving into a quick up dog, looking up as you exhale to downward dog. We'll move into our chaturanga next time. As you pedal out the feet a little bit, enjoy this downward dog motion, this inversion right here. As you walk your feet towards the top of your mat in between your hands, inhaling halfway lift, exhaling, folding forward. And on your inhale, bending the knees, stacking your vertebrae, coming up and looking up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. Now adding in our chaturanga, as you inhale, arms coming up, exhale, folding forward and down. Again, any bend in the knees. As you inhale, flat back, halfway up, exhaling, stepping back into chaturanga with or without knees on the ground. Inhaling, upward facing dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. That is the flow we are going to do now with the chaturanga. You can step or hop into it if you're feeling a little fiery today, but absolutely no pressure. Coming to the top of the mat as you inhale, halfway lift, exhale, folding forward and down. Clasping arms if desired. Otherwise, on your inhale, coming up, rolling up, looking up, arms up. As you exhale, hands to heart center. And continuing, inhale, arms up, exhale, folding forward and down. Any bend in the knees before inhaling, halfway lift, exhaling, step or hop to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Continue to pedal those feet out a little bit before walking them to the top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, exhaling, folding forward and down, maybe clasping arms, maybe not. As you inhale, rising up, arms up, looking up, exhale, hands to heart center. With one more rotation for us, as you inhale, arms up, look up, exhale, folding forward and down. Inhaling, halfway lift. As you exhale, stepping or hopping into chaturanga, knees up or down. As you inhale to upward facing dog. Go ahead and exhale to downward facing dog. Enjoying these movements, making them enjoyable, having some fun with it, before walking your feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, folding forward and down. And this time, inhale, halfway lift, and as you exhale, coming into our garland pose, Malasana. I'm moving just for the camera, however, staying at the top of the mat is perfectly fine. But dropping your hips, keeping the soles of the feet flat on the ground if possible. If you need a block, blanket, or bolster, feel free to use it, but none are required for this practice. As your hands are at heart center, triceps and elbows on the insides of your knees, helping to push them open and keep your knees in line with your toes for safe and healthy knees. Trying to drop that tailbone, lift the chest, lift the head, look up. As long as you're not looking down too much, You can look at the ground a few feet in front of you. Otherwise, crawling the right hand out a little bit in front of you at a 45-degree angle before inhaling left arm open at a 45-degree angle, opening up through that left side chest, breathing into the left side rib cage, the left chest and upper back, the left back. Trying to keep knees in line, hips level. Exhaling arms down, hands to heart center, before crawling your left hand out at a 45-degree angle. Inhaling right hand up and out at a 45-degree angle as well. A revolved squat pose, Parivrtta Malasana. Hanging out here for just 2 more rounds of breath. Coming into our garland pose, standing forward bend pose flow next. Our Malasana Uttanasana Vinyasa. So staying in this garland pose, this squat pose. Again, I'm moving for the camera. Stay where you are if you'd like. But you'll put your fingertips, palms, maybe blocking the ground in front of you as you keep your feet flat. Inhaling, lifting your hips, lifting up into a halfway lift. Exhaling down into garland pose. Bringing your hips down on the exhale, head up on the exhale. As you inhale, you bring the hips up, head will come down just a little bit. As you exhale, flowing in reverse, coming back down. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, coming back down. Continuing to flow back and forth. Inhales and exhales, opening and closing the body. Any bend in the knees is okay as long as you maintain a straight back. Your legs might be straight, they very well might not be. As you move your left hand down, right hand up on the inhale, opening up through the chest for revolved standing forward fold pose, variation knee bent. I like to do the knee bend as it accentuates the stretch in the hip, maintaining this forward stretch. So go ahead and drop that left leg back, right leg will be forward into our revolved low lunge pose. Left hand on the ground, right knee over right ankle as you inhale, opening that right arm up and out. Parivrtta Anjaneyasana, knee on floor, sinking into those hips. Strong in the glutes, especially the left glute. Before coming up on your inhale, torso will be upright, left arm out towards the front of the mat, right arm out behind you. For our crescent low lunge pose twist, Parivrtta Anjaneyasana. Arms out wide, breathing in through the rib cage. As you exhale, hands frame the front right leg, maybe doubling up on your mat for the left knee. As your left arm stays down, right arm reaches back for your foot to meet the hand, not reaching too far for it, for an optional quad stretch. So revolved low lunge pose variation 1, Parivrtta Anjaneyasana 1. Maybe that right foot opens out to the side, maintaining a flex in the right foot, staying on the outside edge of the right foot. As you inhale, coming back through center, bringing both legs forward into our forward fold. Just switching for the camera, right arm down, left arm up. I have my right knee bent, accentuating the stretch in that hip. Keeping your left knee up. Opening through the chest, healthy spine, nice little twist for you. Engaging the abdominals as you bring your right foot back, dropping top of the right foot to the ground, maybe doubling up on the mat. Left knee over left ankle, right hand on the ground, left arm up for our revolved low lunge pose, knee on floor. And staying here, lifting up on the inhale, torso perpendicular to the ground, arms open wide, right arm forward, left arm back. Engaging that core, breathing into the rib cage. You have plenty of space. As you drop your right hand to the ground, bending your right leg, meeting it with your left hand for a quad stretch, optional of course, just if you're looking for a little extra. Activating the quads, pushing your foot away from you, feeling that stretch in your left shoulder, maybe relaxing it, engaging the right glutes, bringing that right heel towards the hips. And one more breath here before coming through our downward facing dog. Pushing through the hands, through the palms, through the fingers, especially the first knuckle of the pointer and thumb, not the outside of the hand. Broad and open through the upper back, pushing from your hands up into your hips, hips towards the sky, and then pushing down into your heels. As you exhale, coming to our tabletop pose, Brahmanasana. A few rounds of cat and cow, inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. As you exhale, pushing into your palms, pushing the ground away, separating your shoulder blades and pushing into the upper back, looking towards the navel, and moving back and forth. One more round before leaning back for our toe squat. Staying on our toes. I know this can be very uncomfortable, but your feet will thank you. And if you feel like rolling out the wrists, any other movements that feel good for you here. Otherwise, nice steady breaths. Coming back to the breath. You've gotten through the hard part. You've done so well. It's time for a restorative end to this practice. As we drop down into our downward facing dog. Again, strong through the hands, strong through the upper back, hips towards the ceiling, heels towards the ground. Any bend in your knees is perfectly fine. Just slowing down, getting ready to wind down your practice. Last little bit of effort here. I know downward facing dog can feel like the hardest pose sometimes, but it will become a resting pose for you, I guarantee it. Consistency is key, as they say. And on your next breath out, coming to sit on your hips, soles of the feet together for our butterfly pose. As you exhale, rolling back one vertebrae at a time, bringing your arms up and over your head in the direction of a cactus shape, 90-degree angles in your arms, or wherever your body lands in that general direction. For reclined butterfly pose, hands raised behind. Supta Baddha Konasana, hands raised behind. Staying here, maybe tucking the tailbone towards the feet a little bit. Slight natural curve in your back. And on your next breath out, bring your knees up towards the chest, grabbing the outsides of your feet, shins, or thighs. Moving towards our happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. And inhaling, lifting the legs up, elbows inside the knees, helping them to open up wide. Both hips on the ground, shoulder blades on the ground. Just trying to get your lower back on the ground, feeling that sweet release in the lower back, in the hips. You've shown your body some love today, and it's time to soak up that love in that practice that you've done. We will stay here for one more round of breath before dropping your feet, taking up all the space you need, letting those feet drop out if that's comfortable, otherwise taking up your space for our corpse pose, Shavasana. Most important pose in our practice, letting the body acclimate and adjust to the space you've given it. We're not here for long. Enjoy the present moment, enjoy the relaxation, and I will call you back when it's time to finish. And starting to come back to the mat, wiggling fingers and toes, inviting any small movements into your body that you'd like. Thanking yourself for the practice that you've embarked upon today. You can stretch your arms up over your head, nice deep stretch, rolling over onto one side, lifting yourself up, getting ready to take on the day. Maybe you're heading to bed soon. Whatever part of your day you are in, I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on the mat next time. And until next time, namaste.